What up, everybody? This is VK Cabby, and welcome to another video. And this gameplay is, in my old gameplays, I've been talking about the game, like how it works and everything. I haven't really given you guys any tips, so here's my first video on tips. And this video is gonna be how to rush. Alright, well, this is how I rush at least, and I do pretty good in this game. So I mean, just gonna give you some tips on how to rush. So obviously, if you're doing and rush on GB, obviously this is in pub matches. So right here, you see I'm camping, and the biggest rule of rushing is just because you rush doesn't mean you have to run around the whole map. It sure as hell means you don't camp in corners, which I usually do, but it doesn't mean that you can't. You have to be running around at all time. You can't push up at all. So I mean, I got A-bomb. I'm watching A-bomb. I'm doing my job. But right now, I take my UMP out and just rush them, and I do pretty great in this game. So I'm just gonna give you some other tips right here. My teammate picks them off right here. So you'll see that is by far the biggest rule. Just because you're rushing doesn't mean you can't camp at one point. You'll see the third round when it's 2-0, I'll camp in a corner because it's 2v1, and he has to plan it obviously, and I don't want to run around there like an idiot. So, but obviously if it's like a 4v4, you should run around a little bit, check your corners, don't be lazy, check every single corner you possibly can. Right here, this is what I do every time I rush on this map. I nade that little window in B Street, and then I check underground, and right there a guy pushes underground, and then I get out of here. I push their spawn towards B, and I think I pick off one more guy. Yeah, here actually I pick off another guy after this. But the second tip I would say is that if you're rushing, don't be afraid to gunfight people. Like, this is kind of tough to explain, but if you're getting shot at and you're one shot, you don't pop out. But if you're getting shot at and it can take like 2 or 3 more hits, you jump out at the guy. Like, everyone knows that strategy, that you jump out at people even if they're shooting at you on GB. But it works really well with the submachine guns since they are really powerful. I don't know what this guy's doing here. I mean, he's still laying in the corner when we have bomb planted. But I get his ass right here. And look at that. Like, you gotta challenge him to gunfights. You can't just like stun him and then run away. The whole point of rushing is helping your team out and picking them off fast. Rushing, it's either gonna work 2 ways. You're gonna pick them off or you're gonna get killed. Like, if you're rushing and you're camping in the corner, then that's not even rushing. So right there, I challenge that guy and I get him. At first, I was like a little bit scared because I didn't want him to kill me. But then I'm just like, fuck it, I'm go for it. And here's another big tip, and this works well with the FAMAS or the M16. Now, I'm not saying you rush with the FAMAS, but if you're a host, you don't want to use, like, FAMAS is just a lot better choice to use. Not choice to use, but like, I mean, ACR works well, this SCAR works well, but if you have the host, like, FAMAS is better to use on host, and like, which it's kind of hard to explain. Like, ACR, that works, that's good gun even if you're host or not. I mean, it's better for host, but it's still really good with not host. The FAMAS, it's good with not host, but it is amazing if you're host. You usually get one burst, and you usually I'm sorry about that, but you always win. You always win your gun. Shit, I'm sorry, but you always win your gunfights, and it really works well. And I think I see a guy in that little window, but that's just a what do you call it? That's just some tree moving. I don't know what the hell it was. I know for a fact it wasn't a guy because my teammate called out that he was underground. And yeah, this is the round right here. I push a spawn. I would check if bombs down or anything. It's a 2v1 situation. So I check if bombs down or anything, and it's not. I check his whole spawn, and then you'll see right here, I go camp inside A. And just to, I, the third tip I would say to Russian is, you don't just, I don't know how to say this, but like, you gotta know what you're doing before the round starts. You can't just run around. You gotta know where you're gonna rush down. Like on this map, like before the round even started, I was thinking, am I gonna run B side through green? Am I gonna rush them straight down middle, which sometimes works. It's like, but a lot of people are like camping in buildings and they're watching middle. Especially these people, they were camping back in their spawn hardcore. So like so I didn't want to rush them straight down mid. And use your stuns. Like, well, first of all, let me just finish the third tip. You gotta choose what side you're rushing from. You gotta know what you're gonna rush, and like do when you rush. And then the last tip I can give you guys, because I don't have that much time left, but this is the last one I can actually think of too. Use your stuns and nades. Like last round you saw me stun that window, cause they were camping. Like you gotta like use your stuns and nades and just use them to your advantage. Like look at that, I used my nade because my teammate called out B. You don't always have to get kills with your gun. You can just push at him and kill him. And actually, I can give you one last tip. Alright, I just had a tip and I just lost it. I just fucking lost my tip, and that makes me mad. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Okay, so if your team, like, if it's a 4v4, but so it didn't make that big of a difference. But in like singles, if the other person's camping hardcore, then you don't rush them. You gotta like camp. You don't gotta camp, but you gotta like play normal. You can't rush because they're gonna be camping corners and picking you off every time. Every time I use an ACR and somebody's rushing me, I always win. I'll just camp corners and they'll come through me at one point and I'll kill them. So that's it, guys. The final score was 9-0. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.